Imagine this. You just stepped off the plane. You're finally in Japan, a country you've always dreamed of visiting. But wait, did you remember to exchange your currency? Do you know the basic etiquette to respect the local culture? And what about your itinerary? Is it all set? Don't worry, after having been to Japan myself and making plenty of mistakes, I'm going to guide you through all the essential steps you need to take before your actual holiday, neatly organized for your chaotic and excited brain. So sit back and let's get on with the first step. Step 1. Choosing a time. Japan's 4 distinct seasons each offer a very unique experience. Choosing the right time to visit can make a huge difference. If you're a fan of the cold and love the idea of sipping hot sake while watching the snowfall, then winter is your season. But if you're like me and love the sight of cherry blossoms, then you should plan your trip for spring. It's when Japan turns into a pink wonderland. And trust me, having actually been there during spring, it's a sight to behold. Now, summer in Japan can be quite hot and humid, but it's also the season of traditional festivals and fireworks. If you're up for some cultural immersion, pack your yukata and get ready for summer. Just pray your air conditioning works. And let's not forget about autumn, with its stunning fall foliage and comfortable temperatures. There's really no wrong time to visit. It all depends on what you want to experience. Really think about what you're most excited about, and then just plan accordingly. And hey, if you visited Japan in any of its extraordinary seasons, don't forget to share it down below. Your insights could help a fellow traveler plan their dream trip. Step 2. Applying for a visa. Alright folks, let's tackle the elephant in the room. Visas. I know, just hearing the word visas might make you want to run for the hills, but hey, don't let a little paperwork stand in between you and your dream trip. Depending on your nationality, you might need a visa to enter Japan. Do yourself a favor and check out the official Japanese immigration website. It's got all the info you need, and it's easier to navigate than a Tokyo subway map. The early bird gets the worm, so make sure you apply well in advance for your trip. And once you've got that visa in hand, you'll be one step closer to sipping sake under the cherry blossoms. Step 3. Determining your budget. Now onto the topic that makes our wallets tremble. Budgeting. Finding a good balance for your budget can really make or break your holiday. You don't want to overspend, but you also don't want to miss out on all of the crazy experiences Japan has to offer. Start by listing out your must-do activities and estimate their costs. Are you planning to dine at a Michelin-starred sushi restaurant? Or maybe you're dreaming of staying in a traditional ryokan? Add these to your list. Then, factor in your travel, accommodation and daily food costs. Don't forget to set aside some money for souvenirs and unexpected expenses. Japan can cater to all budgets, from the super savers to the big spenders. Whether you're planning to feast on street food or splurge on a kaiseki meal, that's a multi-course meal, there's a budget for you. I remember being extremely excited and I booked my flights pretty fast, without even factoring in all the fares from the surrounding days or weeks. I thought what I had planned was perfect. Well, sometimes the flight prices can differ as much as night and day, even in the same week. So go through that tedious process of comparing flights on websites like Skyscanner, for example. It could genuinely save you hundreds of dollars. Don't make the mistake I made. And if you've got any budgeting tips for your fellow travelers, leave them in the comments. Step 4. Planning your itinerary. Now let's dive into the heart of any trip, the itinerary. Now, I know what you're thinking. Itinerary? Isn't that just a fancy word for to-do list? Well, I mean, yeah and no. An itinerary is more than just a list. It's your roadmap to adventure, your ticket to unforgettable experiences. Really delve deep in whether you want to whisk yourself away to the rural countryside for an authentic ryokan life, or stay in the bustling cities filled with culture, cuisine and hotspots. When I plan my itinerary, I like to stray away from a strict schedule and just see where the flow goes. I also like to mix things up, like adding a dash of history with visits to ancient temples, a sprinkle of culture with a traditional tea ceremony, and a generous helping of food, because who doesn't like Japanese cuisine? Don't forget, an itinerary isn't set in stone, and it's okay to deviate from the plan. Sometimes the best events just come from the unexpected detours. So whether you're planning to visit the bustling streets of Tokyo or the serene landscapes of Kyoto, remember to leave some room for spontaneity. After all, isn't that what travel is all about? Japan is a very tourist-heavy location, and many popular tourist spots may require you to reserve a seat, ticket, or something similar far in advance. If you really want to visit, say, Nintendo World for example, I would highly recommend you to check their website even before arriving in Japan, as reservations can be booked way in advance. You don't want to end up disappointed because you couldn't visit one of your dream locations. Step 5. Learning basic Japanese. Take it from me, Having bare basic Japanese knowledge helped my solo adventure substantially. Being able to read some signs or even properly knowing how to say thank you after staying in a ryokan helped me connect with the people and their culture that little bit much more. Learning basic Japanese phrases is like unlocking a secret level in a video game. It opens up new interactions, earns you smiles, and can even get you out of a tight spot. Start with the basics like konnichiwa, arigato, and sumimasen. Trust me, these phrases will take you a long way. But don't stop there. Dive deeper. Learn to order your favorite sushi in Japanese or asking directions to the nearest temple. The more phrases you know, the richer your holiday will be. And remember, it's not just about the words, but about the connection they create. So go ahead, learn some Japanese and add a new dimension to your trip. Step 6. Customs and etiquette. In Japan, customs and etiquette are like the invisible threads that weave the social fabric together. They're not just rules. They're a reflection of the harmony and respect that's so deeply ingrained into Japanese culture. From the simple act of bowing to what to do at a shrine, every custom tells a story. Before you embark on your journey, take some time to learn about these customs. Understand the significance of removing your shoes before entering a home, or why you should never stick your chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice. These small gestures of respect can transform your travel adventure from being a mere tourist to a welcomed guest. And remember, it's not just about following the rules. It's about embracing a new culture. Don't be scared and go ahead. Learn about Japanese customs and etiquette, and add a new layer of depth to your travel experience. Don't forget to share some of your knowledge about this in the comments below. Japanese people love it when foreigners indulge in their culture, and it would definitely help you connect with the people. Step 7. Booking accommodations. Booking the right accommodation is like finding the perfect pair of shoes. It needs to be comfortable, fit your style, and most importantly, take you places. Whether you're a fan of the plush pillows and room service of a 5-star hotel, or the homely charm of a local bed and breakfast, finding the right place to rest your head can make or break your travel experience. I remember really loving the homely vibes of a ryokan, together with its private onsen where I could fully relax after a long day of hiking. And I even got dinner served to me in my room. But I also longed for that city/hotel vibe after a short while. Just try and find a good balance. The main takeaway here is just to do research. Check out reviews, look at photos, and consider the location. Is it close to the attractions you want to visit? Is it in a nice neighborhood? A little bit of planning can go a long way. At the end of the day, it's not just about finding a place to sleep, but really about finding a temporary home away from home. Step 8. Preparing your travel essentials. Each item needs to be essential, reflect your needs, and most importantly, fit into your luggage without causing a bulge. Whether you're all about the tech gadgets and travel comfort items, or the bare necessities, the items you choose to carry can significantly impact your travel experience. So, before you zip that suitcase shut, make a checklist. Go through your itinerary. Consider the weather, and think about your daily needs. Is there enough room for souvenirs? Have you packed the right adapters? A well-packed bag really is a traveler's best friend. On top of that, definitely don't forget to book your JR pass and pocket Wi-Fi router if you so desire these before actually going to Japan. I had my pocket Wi-Fi with me all throughout my holiday and it saved me so many times, especially when needing Google Translate or Google Maps to find my way to my next hotel. Step 9. Actually going to Japan. There you go, traveler. You did it. All the necessary steps to take before your grand trip to the land of the rising sun. Obviously, there will be more details for you to work out, but I can promise you that with these steps, planning a holiday might not be as much of a hassle as you initially thought. At the end of the day, you really shouldn't forget to enjoy the journey. I know planning out dates, hotels, and flights can seem so incredibly daunting and even downright annoying at times, but you will thank yourself for it. And with that, if you thought this video was helpful or entertaining, then please don't forget to subscribe to Takoyaki Boys and share this video around with fellow Japan travelers. And lastly, if you have any recommendations, tips or tricks, or hell, even personal experiences, don't forget to leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again here soon. Sayonara!